It's so hot, my ice cube already melted. We open up in jungles. It's a jungle area. Well, that's where we're opening the movie. There's a man. He's an explorer. The actor is from the guy who Eddie and the Cruisers. We're gonna call him Eddie. We're calling him Eddie throughout this. He's down there. He's exploring. He's a real Indiana Jones type of figure down there. And him and his girlfriend are there, and she's like, okay, we got to do some stuff. You know, some movies are R-rated, and they will have a sex scene so graphic that you are like, my God, the grinding in this movie. They're going at it. She gets snatched. Oh my God, werewolf grabbed her in the jungle. It's possible. Don't just think werewolves lives in the woods. They can sometimes lives in the jungles. He tries to get her. Oh no, he gets scratched. He ain't dead though. And that's how you know this is your werewolf. This is your werewolf. Oh, the scratches. He's got it. He goes over. He gets his shotgun. He turns around. Boom! That's the opening of the movie. 5 minutes in. Bad Moon. That's how this movie opens. It's insane. This is Cameron Watches Everything. Hello, this is Cameron Watches Everything. I'm Cameron Rice. These are my movies. Pick one at random and I watch it and then I tell you about it. It's how the show works. I drink usually while watching the movies and then sometimes while doing these reviews. It's warm. It's October. It's a warm October. I hate it. California. So we're talking about Bad Moon. It's a werewolf movie. Stars Mariel Hemingway, Eddie from Eddie of the Cruisers, and the kid who played Dennis the Menace in Dennis the Menace. The movie is based on a book called Thor. The entire book takes place from the point of view of a dog. That's right. It's man's best friend versus man's inner beast. Man v dog. A dog v man. Nope. Werewolf v dog. There it is. But it actually should be dog v werewolf. The dog is the hero of the movie. It's pretty awesome. So we cut ahead. Please ignore my sweaty visage. It's 90-something degrees. And if I turned on the AC, ooh, the sounds. So we open up the movie. We're in a very pristine, I'm guessing it's Washington. It's very green. It's Washington. That's my assumption. They probably say it. I forgot. I didn't write it down. I should have written it down. We meet Thor and Dennis the Menace as they're playing games. Thor is a very attentive dog.
You want the ball? Yeah, come on. Hey, you ready, Thor? Come on, go get it. Go get it.
This man comes walking up. He's a con man. He's a grifter. He goes to the little boy and he goes, "Hey, where's your mama?" And that's when we meet Mariel Hemingway. And this con man decides he's gonna play a con.
Jeez, you want to control that dog before he bites somebody? Thor!
Hey, Thor!
So the dog launches towards this man because the man was tricking him. That's when we find out who Mariel Hemingway is. She ain't putting up with no shit. She ain't gonna take no shit from no con man.
Ow!
You can talk to me. I'm a lawyer.
Oh my God, she's a lawyer. She's a tough lady. Or the tough dog.
Stay! My advice to you is to turn around and walk away without saying another word and without looking back.
Mariel Hemingway, the tough lady. What's gonna happen? We cut back to the woods. We're out of the jungles. We're in the woods, and that's where we get our first second werewolf murder, first werewolf murder of our main werewolf, because the first one's head blew up with a shotgun. This movie's so violent. It's so violent. Wrong pipe. But don't worry, you got to make sure that, like I said, it's really violent. It's really R-rated. The sex scene, again, so gratuitous. I ain't mad at no gratuitous sex scene. It's just shocking. You're just kind of like, holy crap, for a movie with like a child in it, kind of has like a family film vibe to it. It's really like a really graphic sex scene. But you know what? You got to have it. You know why? Because this movie is about a brother and sister. So that's all the boobies you're going to get is in the very beginning. There ain't no more boobies after that. There's some butt. So we get our first werewolf kill. It's in the middle of the forest. This guy's sitting there. He's measuring trees, as you do. He's measuring trees, probably to be cut down. It's a very woodsy forest. And he gets his head bit. He gets his head bit by the werewolf. It's pretty graphic, pretty good, pretty good. So we cut to the family, Mariel Hemingway, Dennis, and Thor. They're gonna meet the uncle. They're gonna meet the uncle, our seemingly main character. Again, the book is based on the dog, or based around the dog, but I don't know if you can call the dog a main character, because the dog is not voiced. They really probably should have done Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey, with this one. So we meet the uncle, and at first Thor, the dog, he's like, "Oh my God, Uncle so-and-so, I'm so happy to meet you, Dennis the Menace, Mariel Hemingway." They're so excited. They love their family. They're such a happy family.
Hey,
Thor starts digging around. The uncle's like, ooh, I don't like that. And at that point, Thor finds a dead body, and Thor immediately at that point is super sus of the uncle. He's looking at him. The rest, so much of this movie is a dog and a dude just staring down each other. The boy, Dennis the Menace, he finds a book. He finds a book about werewolf lore, and that's when Thor comes back, and these guys, they're just staring at each other. This is like a game of Among Us, and Thor the dog is like, he's pushing that emergency. The uncle is sus. He's the werewolf. That's when you bring it up. Bring up the uncle is sus, and the uncle's got to explain where he's been, what's been going on. He does. He tells his sister why he's been back in the States. He seems like he's really struggling here. He seems like, werewolf, it's a curse. It's a werewolf curse, which is weird, and we'll talk about why that's weird in a moment. So the uncle decides he's going to go live with his family. A very sweet scene, which then, and again, like Thor is just like so suspicious. This dog is just like, I don't like it. I don't trust it.
Come say hello to your Uncle Ted, Thor.
So that night, Uncle goes off into the woods with a pair of handcuffs, which has one of the best, most funniest visuals I've ever seen, I think, in any horror movie, werewolf movie. We see a werewolf handcuffed to a tree. And so at this point, I guess apparently, because now that the uncle, so like I said, it's weird because the uncle seems to act like he's not acknowledging that he's cursed. He's in the middle of this werewolf curse. He's trying to find a cure and all this other stuff. And then after this first transformation, I guess the dog just pisses him off, and now he's just like, I'm evil now. There doesn't seem to be a reason. Like there doesn't seem to be any kind of like reason as to why the uncle just suddenly now becomes like evil. Like, but he just does, and he becomes more and more evil throughout the movie as him and Thor like battle it out over like supremacy over who is top dog. The uncle even like acknowledges it. He acknowledges it to Thor. He's like, we're gonna go with this at some point. There's gonna be a going.
In good time, old boy. In good time.
So the uncle goes into the house. The little boy's watching a werewolf movie, and the uncle pretty much might as well just like say, "Hey, by the way, I'm a werewolf," because he has so much knowledge about werewolf stuff. He's just like, "This is not how it works. This is not what it be." He then explains the lore of this movie, which is that you just turn into a werewolf every night. You don't full moon. That shit don't matter. It's about the nightly event. Even though the movie has a lot of full moon imagery, but that's we acknowledge that. That's how werewolf shit be. And then the movie's like, no, every night. So again, like they're having these stare downs. Thor and the uncle, they're eyeballing each other. They're pissing on each other's stuff. They're marking their territory. And so the uncle comes out one night in like some track clothes, handcuffs in hand. Thor ain't letting him pass. Turns out, big mistake, Thor, for being the hero of the movie.
Piss off.
You made a mistake. That's okay though. Hey, sometimes our heroes in movies, they make boo-boos. They make the boo-boos, and Thor made a boo-boo. Because of this, the uncle was not able to handcuff himself to the tree. He's loose. The wolf is loose. Which now brings us to one of the other best visuals of the movie, which is a dog and a man in a werewolf suit fighting on the front lawn of a very nice house. So because the uncle's not around, the sister decides she's gonna go snooping. She's gonna go snooping in his cabin. Not cabin. He's not a cabin. Cabin too. RV. His RV. She's gonna go snooping. I get it. Hey, listen. If I got a family, if one of them turned into an animal or something, or I was very sus of what they were doing, we were playing Among Us, I'd probably check their RV too. She finds these like bloody photos of his dead girlfriend. At that point, you just gotta be like, why did he keep him? So is he not a tragic figure? There was like this tragic figureness to the beginning, which is in a lot of werewolf movies. It's like, oh, this is a curse. I'm hurting people. I don't want to. I have no control. Then, like I said, like he's keeping these photos like a serial killer would. Again, after his first transformation, he seems to be like, Thor, you and I are going to fight. And he tells his nephew, like, this is how werewolfisms work. It's wild. And so you're just like, I guess he's into it. I guess he thinks it's cool. So because the wolf is loose, that con man comes back and he's gonna kill Thor. He's like, if I can't get money out of this lawyer, I'm gonna kill this dog. That's what he tries to do. He tries to kill the dog.
Come here, you friggin' stupid dog.
Thor's not there. You know who's there? Fucking werewolf. That's who's there. That werewolf is there, and he kills this con man, throws him into the bush. That's it. That's the end of that character. Werewolf got him. So I guess in this case, the werewolf is a hero because that con man was gonna kill the dog. It's like if you read the book, Save the Cat. This movie is all over the place. The dog's getting hurt, but then the werewolf saves the dog because the con man, but the dog wasn't present. Lots going on. Well, they have another stare down. This is the third stare down, and like any movie, you gotta have your things happen in threes. Any good joke movie, anything like that, things happen in threes. What happens in this one? Well, he does what the con man does. He tricks Thor. Thor lunges at him. He's like, I'll get you. I know you're a werewolf. I can't tell anybody because I don't speak English. Now, the dog speaks. He understands English. He was raised in this country. Anyway, so Mariel Hemingway's like, my God, the Thor's dangerous. We gotta get him out of here. The son's like, what are you doing to my dog? And she's like, I gotta get him out of here. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous animal now. Thor's so dangerous.
I got him.
Greg, come here. Come on, sweetie. They have to take him. There is nothing we can do about it.
And then the uncle's like, super evil. Now the uncle's like he's doing these moves where he's like waving to the dog, where he's like, I'll see you around, Thor. I'll see you in hell. Out of wolf form, he's just like the most evil person. Don't worry, he's gonna get even more evil when he turns back into a wolf. Which brings us to the two competing scenes in the film where Dennis the Menace decides he's going to fully menace it up, pull a Dennis. He's going to get his dog out of here. It's very kind of Home Alone-y. Well, that never happened in Home Alone, but very kind of kids' movies in the 90s. You know, it's like, it kind of has a Beethoven feel to it, because I think a similar thing happens in Beethoven. He gets Thor out of the pound. Thor's running down the street. At the same time Thor's running down the street, we get to the uncle. He's transforming. He's halfway through his transformation, and he's like telling his sister where he's like, I'm going to kill you. And you're just like, why did you become so evil? What happened? Like, what's going on? So you don't even feel sorry for him? It's so weird.
Handcuffs. I was going to use these on myself. Can you believe that? They were supposed to keep people from finding out about my private affair.
So sister's running in the house, and then that's when we finally get it. We get the big wrestling match. This is WrestleMania of Wolfman v Dog, and it's amazing. Thor jumps on his back. This werewolf gets bodied. The dog gets thrown into a light fixture. And you could tell this stunt actor who's in this suit is just trying to, like, basically playing with this dog. It's so good. The little boy gets in. Werewolf lifts him up and chokes him. So it's what a swerve. And then the sister, she stands up, she's like, get the fuck away from my son! She shoots this werewolf 5 times. He's near a window. I wonder what's gonna happen. What happens? The dog bodies him out the window. It's...
Get the fuck off my son!
It's amazing. This movie doesn't really have 3 acts as much as it just has like a crazy long first act of the werewolf stuff and then a WrestleMania match. It's insane. Cuts to the next morning. This dude is scratched up. He's so scratched up and he's bleeding everywhere. And he just looks at Thor and he's like, do it. Finish it. Thor wins, and don't worry, we have a final scene with the 3. It's a family. The dog is wrapped up in bandages. He's fine, I think. I don't know. Do dogs become weredogs? It sometimes depends on the movie. What a film! It's insane. It's so insane. It's under 90 minutes, which is great. You're in and out. I really like the way it's shot. It is a movie of an era. It is so R-rated, and it is so, like, seemingly confused because it's got these family film elements. Again, like, feels like there's Home Alone, and then that could just be the casting of the kid from Dennis the Menace. But there are elements where it just feels so Home Alone-y, and like this like family thing together, but then it's so violent in the opening sex scene. is so sexual. It's like almost like the sex scene from Friday 9. Jason Goes to Hell. It's so like, whoa, kind of a thing. The dog gets thrown around everywhere, embodied. It's crazy. I want to read the book. I have not read the book. The book is called Thor, not Bad Moon. I actually like Bad Moon better as a title. Thor is kind of an interesting, and I guess the book is completely from the point of view of the dog. But Bad Moon, man, check it out. Let me know what you think. Have you ever seen this one? Where does it land on your werewolf list? Truthfully, it's weird to say, as far as dog actors go, this dog is really good. This is like a really good dog actor. So if you're a fan of dogs, I don't know if I should say check this one out. Again, this dog gets bodied a lot, but he makes it. He makes it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Cameron Watches Movies. Make sure you go. Cameron Watches Everything. That's the name of the show. Make sure you go like, subscribe, share this with your friends. How's your spooky season going? What movies have you watched? Let me know. Yeah, please make sure. And also thank you to my patrons, people on there who make this possible. You make this easy to do. Make sure you go sign up at patreon.com/Jurassic Alien. That's the one place where that name still exists. I couldn't change it. Everywhere else, hey, I'm on the Cameron Rice or Cameron Rice Official, which is this YouTube page. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week with another episode of Cameron Watches Everything. It's going to be something from here. And spooky. Oh, it's so warm.